Hello, welcome to the Indiethon submission video. I am Paum and I am with Collie, and
Hello.
we are submitting Pico Park 2-player.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start the first world. It's divided into 12 worlds with 4 levels each. But since this is 2-player, not 1-player, we don't have to do World 5. It's locked if you're not local.
Yep, this is a co-op game. We're online, so I'm the pink one and Collie is the green one. And pretty much every level requires some amount of coordination, although there are some that are definitely harder than others.
Yeah, true. The first world basically just teaches you how to play the game. So they're pretty simple levels.
Yeah, as like an overview, just as we've left, by the way. Oh, you're smart. I forgot. As an overview for like kind of early, mid, late game, the early game's pretty straightforward. There are some optimizations that you can do. Like Collie will push this block back toward me, and the sooner I jump, obviously, the faster it is. But it's like frames. It's not the biggest thing. I say as I make a really good jump.
It was a really good jump.
This level 1-3 is actually kind of the exception. It's still very easy, but it's a fun strat where you hold right, and the game does not intend for you to have 2 people up here, but we intend to have both of us up here. So I'm standing over a wall that you'll see rise once I leave. Collie is not supposed to be able to get out to the left this way, but this way it works. Yeah. For the most part, the early worlds, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, there's not too much time save and loss. This is 1 formatting wall hold right. 6, 7, and 8 are relatively difficult worlds, and then past 8 they get like more fun, subjectively of course, but
Yeah.
to give you an idea of kind of how the runs
Late game is definitely way more fun.
Yep. So there's like a small optimization in this too that we found out. The sooner that you get in vision of this wall, the sooner the wall will actually spawn, which is why I go up in the elevator and try and get in vision of the wall as early as possible. Yeah, so it makes the whole cycle a little bit faster, but again, it's not too big of a deal. We are online, so we have, you can see in the top left corner, it'll say the ping for both of us. It's like 65 milliseconds right now, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
This game does not handle ping exceptionally well. You won't really see it on Collie's side because Collie's doing the recording, Collie's hosting, so Collie has no latency. But on my screen, a lot of the times, for stuff like this spam jump thing, things look weird, and I teleport around a tiny, tiny bit. Again, like 2 players, the easiest they can get, and 65 milliseconds isn't that bad.
That's
2-2
really
hold rate. What else? Yeah, overall, as a game, I neutral jump, by the way. Nice. As a game, Pico's like pretty not heard of. About a year ago, it got really popular for like a few days on YouTube, as it seems like everything
really
does. But not really as a speedrun. So the community is fairly small. We do hold the 2-player record. 2-3, you hold left. We do hold the 2-player record. There are definitely a lot more optimizations to be done. There's also a 2-player local record where one person has to play on both hands. Collie runs that. I am not masochistic enough to try and run with 2 people. But you can see if you watch that run just like how many improvements there actually are.
Yeah, and I believe last time I checked, the 1-player record is faster than the 2-player record, and they have 4 more levels because 1 player does do World 5.
That's crazy. I did not realize it was that. Yeah, my bad. We haven't I say new. We have like a month-old strat here that I still forget. Yeah. It's faster to. A lot of this is about cycling, and like, or less so cycling and more who we're waiting on, like who's gonna take longer to do whatever task. So like the longest task in this level is to push the block to the spring, and because I'm the first player when we spawn in, I should be doing that. So it doesn't. So Collie can waste time going to the spring even though she's behind. It's fine. Blah blah blah. Top right. something. It's faster. I promise. It's a really fun speed game though.
It really is. Oh heck.
Nice. That middle coin's a bit of a pain to get to.
Yeah.
I really recommend this for like anyone who just wants to even try out speedrunning or have fun speedrunning with their friends or whatever. Like a nice side game. I do think optimizing this game is painful online. Like if you're going past like our record,
good luck.
which is 100% doable.
It is, absolutely.
With like latency, it can be a real pain depending on who you're playing with.
And the more players you add in, the harder it gets to just on like coordinating.
Hold right.
You know, however many people you're playing with. getting everyone to be on the same page with strats, and then everyone has a different amount of ping, and as with anything with more people, it just gets more difficult to control.
Yep. So yeah, I do think like super optimized this game can be hard, but no one's done that yet. I mean, no one's like really pushed this yet. It's all subjective. Step left. You will hear me saying these things and interrupting myself and Collie, and probably at some point whoever's reading out donations and anyone else in the world. We do have level notes for all the levels. I have a spreadsheet open on the side. Sometimes they're more relevant than others. Sometimes they're more relevant than others to be said. Some levels is just basically hold right, and then the level kind of speaks for itself. But yeah, this level, if we don't do what we're supposed to, we can just walk off these blocks, and it becomes very annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3-4 a good example of something that we don't need like much saying for. We both know what to do in this. And my job is to do nothing.
And my left hand does basically the same thing in this run as I do in one-player runs. Not all the time, but for the most part. And I've run that fairly extensively at this point.
Hold right, neutral jump in front. This is a pretty cool level as well. But yeah, there's a lot of these like little strats that I used to say, like when we were doing submissions or when we were doing, I don't know, just explaining Pico to other people. Neutral jump? Yeah. That like, oh, Pico doesn't have that many strats. It was kind of a fun little like 2-player platforming game. But kind of the more we've grinded this, the more we realize like even me stopping there so I don't take the key from Collie when she goes up and grabs the key. Like there's a lot of those really tiny things.
Yeah. And that level introduces like the first like true RNG in the game, and that's where you spawn in some levels, like what order you're in. It's not as bad in 2-player as it is in like 5, 6, 7, 8-player.
Yeah.
But that is the only like true RNG.
And Tetris pieces.
Oh yeah, Tetris pieces. Even though you debate that with yourself sometimes.
I have a running theory that is provably false, but I refuse to listen to reason. 4-3 timer, don't hold right. Yeah, Rockets was an auto-scroller. Auto-scrollers are probably pretty good times for donations, too. I don't remember.
With one exception.
Right? Yeah.
That's your strat,
True.
I don't know.
Yeah, we have to. We have...
Twinsies.
The double 2.21. We have a running meme. I want to say in the community, but realistically, just within like people that we run with.
Which is like the majority of the community at this point.
True. Once you get to 8-player, like you're getting a lot of the community that runs. But that's also kind of why we want to. Go ahead.
Last time I checked, there are only 8 active players. Oh my god.
We needed to practice this one.
Yep. The highest I've seen is 14 active players, and that was a couple months ago, and it dwindled down to 3. 2 at one point.
That was
which was us. That was us doing our 2 and 3 player runs. And now it's up to 8, I think.
Hold right. Block time. But yeah, that's kind of why we want to submit. I think it's a really fun game to watch. There's a lot of like, what's the opposite of cons? Pros.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pros to it. It's really consistent because it's level based. Like even if we die or whatever, even if I do whatever that was and jump twice, like we're not losing that much time. So how long it is pretty consistent. It's fun to watch. Like I said, it's a really fun casual game to play, and I think it's like a really fun casual speedrun, if that's a term. Like,
yeah,
if you have friends that haven't speedrun, or if you have friends that like are speedrunning a different game, and like I know Collie and I just wanted a break from Hollow Knight, so we went and ran Pico Park.
And like we found it because
really
the Ori people were playing it, and it's like you just. The point it's at right now, when you get up to the higher number of players, like you do a run and you get Reki on like, 5, 6, 7, 8 players. So like it's kind of rewarding.
Hold right auto scrolling.
Yeah, we have world record in 2-player, 4-player, 5-player, and 6-player. And our 4-player is pretty solid. And so is our 2-player. We had
4. I think 3 is really good too. Still.
Yeah, our 3 is good. We just don't have Reki yet, and Reki is very good.
Oh yeah. Reki with 3 is absurd. Like, I think that's more optimized than our Rekis with 4 and 2, to be honest.
Yeah, but 3-player was our first category.
True. But yeah, that's kind of why we want to submit. We've submitted to... Collie has submitted to a lot of marathons. We're recording this on a Friday, and tomorrow, Saturday at 9 a.m., I'm commentating for Collie for a different marathon.
We've submitted...
6-3 hard plats. Hold right.
We've submitted like lots of different numbers of players to marathons, which is kind of nice to have the flexibility. Like someone wants to do a marathon, someone else can't.
Hold right. Yeah, we'll have submitted like 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's fun.
And most
I forgot.
marathons can't take more than that anyway. Like, you can't
Yeah,
take more than
true.
4-player. Although with Pico Park, if you can get the audio in there, like, it only needs one screen. We're all on the same
Yeah.
screen, so it just gets kind of chaotic in calls with more than 4 people.
Yep.
I'm gonna be right up behind
This
you.
is
Actually, I'm
yeah,
not
this
because
is
you're too far away.
this is kind of where our conversation about like Pico Park as a whole, and it's a really good speed game, which is true, and you should run it, which is true. It's kind of where all that ends, and we have to focus
I don't know what that
because
was.
Worlds 6 point. This is 6-4, but World 7 is hard. World 8 is hard, and 9-3 is hard.
This menu is really hard.
Yeah, the menuing. Okay, actually, to be fair, Collie does a really good job with the menuing. You jump over me here. You're in charge. I don't know how to do this, and Collie's run a lot of one player. This ghost is supposed to attack you if you move too much, but somehow Collie moves like 90% of the time, and the ghost is chill with it.
You just get a feel for it. You go with the music.
7-2. You're in charge. Hold right. Okay, this is a strat that like we would not do on PB pace, or like if we're going for PBs, but it's really fun. The idea, can we get it?
Yeah, we
Nice.
got it.
The idea is that you can't be moving with when the red light's on. You can only be moving when there's a blue or green light or whatever you want to call it. But if you're on the spring and someone's on top of you, they can't fall and you can't bounce off the spring, so the game considers that neither of you are moving, and it's still valid.
I guess I'm going up this time.
Yeah, you go. I think you went up last time too. Actually,
You did.
I have no idea.
Because we were in the I don't know how we ended up in the opposite order,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we did. Oh, I think you
Just-
had walked on the springs. That's how that happened.
Yeah, the springs do things to you.
The springs are
I've
kind of
seen
jank.
things. Cool.
I was scared.
Yeah, the general rule of thumb is don't grade 7, which we follow maybe like 5% of the time.
True.
But yeah, all the lulls in 7.
That was a gold. Let's go.
Friendly Ghost Headwalk. All the levels in 7, save for 7-1, are pretty long levels, and they're very easy to kind of just make one mistake and you have to restart the level. This was like really painful to start. It's gotten better as we've gotten more consistent.
Yeah, we've learned more strats too.
Yeah, it's worth noting what we're doing now is headwalking. As long as someone's looking at the ghost, it will not move. So what we do is we stand on the other person's head, then look at the ghost, and that is the way that we can move while still like not letting the ghost chase us. Here we let the ghost chase the heck out of us because we want the key really close. So I can grab the key, Collie goes to the door, holds the ghost, and yeah, that was actually really
That was
clean.
really good.
Yeah. That's a pretty hard level. So is 7-4 stamina.
I'd argue that
hold
this
right.
one is actually harder than the last one. Okay.
Stop. No.
That girl was so close
Oh.
to me.
Yeah, that girl was close to me. Nice.
More examples of springs doing things.
Yeah, if someone's holding into a spring and another person jumps on the spring, the second person will jump from the spring for some unknown reason. So it works out timing-wise really well if I just jump on the spring and Collie just walks into it, and then we'll both go at the same time. Also, how this level works, as we're at the end of it, if one of us are moving, the stamina bar goes up, or goes down, so we want to move at the same time. But yeah, nice gold.
That's a
Tetris
fairly
hold
big
down.
gold.
And this is Tetris. Honestly, time for donations if you want.
True.
If you don't know what Tetris is, you're missing out, but you should probably look it up. There's no
True.
way anyone doesn't know what Tetris is.
No, like, no.
Like, it's like in the alphabet books. It's like A is for Apple, T is for
T
Tetris.
is for Tetris. The Tetris levels in the one-player world record are actually, like, incredibly good, so you should look at those. If you don't know what Tetris is, that's your example.
Or just like classic Tetris.
True,
CTWC.
true.
Shoutouts. I think I'm high enough. How did that get there? Whatever, it works.
That pink piece.
That couldn't have been me.
Shouldn't
No, it
be
works. It works.
there.
All the way left. All the way left. This works. This works. This works. We dig. We dig. We dig. We dig. We dig.
Take my jog.
We dig.
Not a gold, as it turns out.
8-2. This level's either this or 9-3 is the most difficult level in the game. This is very precise, and if you mess it up once, you're ruined. Nice. We had a lot of trouble with this level because it looks very RNG. Nice, that was really good. So I labbed it, and then we only have to do 4 pixel perfect
Okay.
I think it's fine if I move back, right?
Yeah, if you move back, you're fine.
I think this works.
Yeah.
We only have to do 4 pixel perfect inputs. 5 if you move.
5 if you do that. Stay right next to me. Stay right next to me. Gold.
Yeah, that was really good. How?
I don't know.
Oh, auto splitter probably.
Oh, true. We haven't done a run with auto splitter on this yet.
Yeah. So this game didn't have an auto splitter for a little bit, and it's really painful for Collie because Collie is hosting, which means that Collie has to do all the selecting levels in between, whereas I sit and twiddle my thumbs. And Collie also has to like do the manual splitting on live split, which doesn't seem like a lot, but like if you have to do that every like 20 seconds,
yeah,
it's
mentally
really
it's a lot.
So yeah, Shy and I made the live or auto splitter, which has like, it's pretty simple, but it works at least for full game runs. That was really lucky Tetrising by me. Ah! Oh, that was nice. Nice. So now we're on World 9. There are 4 worlds left. The worlds do get, as we mentioned.
We're not on World 9.
We're not on World 9 anyway, like I mentioned. I'm like, Collie, you fool. Why are you not going to World 9? I wonder. This level has 1 pixel perfect input for Collie, which she has decent time to do. Yeah, you're good.
Nice. That was beautiful.
We do move faster doing it, so it's a pain. Also, we've been, I think in practice we even failed this level. So
perhaps.
Maybe some level of focus would be good.
I'm not even gonna question that. Okay. Do your thing. Do your thing. Yo, let's go. We lived.
You lived. 9-1 dodgeball. But yeah, for World 8, also for World 5, which we don't do because it's offline only.
Which could be an
first
incentive.
Yeah, the first 2 levels are the same as the last 2 levels, more or less. I don't know my cue.
Oh, that was it. Good job.
So you saw us do Tetris and Brick Break, and then we do Tetris fast and
Gold.
Brick Break fast. 9-2 tilting plats, hold right. The other reason that I'm reading these constantly, you may be like, you've run this enough to memorize how these work. Just true. However, we've also run... Well, I haven't run 1 player.
Oh, heck.
You're fine. We've also run 2 player, 3 player, 4 player, 5 player, and 6 player, where the strats are slightly different because we're in different spots every time.
And I think we've run all of those since getting 2 player recce, so this is, oh, that's the wrong level. Unfortunate. We're not doing that again.
9-3 is frame perfect, and it's worse, because if you miss it, you just reset the level. Reset. That was close.
Which I do have the menu open. It's for quick resetting.
That's bad. It's unfortunate. I was 1 frame late and 1 frame early, actually.
That's
and
good.
1 frame perfect. That's good.
It's
See, we showed all the examples of what things look like. But yeah, this last part is not nearly as tight. There's no like frame perfect bit for this. It's just don't like royally ruin the ball and it will probably get through. But the intended way to do this is take all the balls across the whole level and it's very painful. But yeah, we're kind of... Okay, I hesitate to say in the clear there are 13 more levels, but there's no more levels that are extremely like tight. I believe. Yes. I'm trying to think what else to talk about. 2-player? We can talk. I mean, to be fair, like, World 10 and 11 have enough to talk about by themselves.
2-player is 2-player, yeah. 10 and 11 are like the really good levels, especially World 11. Oh, heck.
Yeah, they're really fun to optimize. That's not a headwalk. Not optimal, not optimal, not optimal. SMH. Oh my god!
So...
Like on my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
On my screen, I dropped down through that platform and then teleported back to it. Which means that you were very close to not getting that.
True. In 1-player, I go for a different set of buttons. So I almost forgot that I'm not supposed to use that set of buttons on this one.
Yeah, you don't need to hit the first button there, but it makes the jump a lot tighter. I
Yeah,
prefer to have the
and
first button.
it's definitely a
always
lot
crazy.
easier. Like in one player, oh, you go on top.
Yeah, I don't know. Forgot to jump.
In one player, it's easier in some ways and harder in others because like it's your own two hands. You know when you're pushing buttons usually.
Yeah, but stuff like
it.
wait, just do normal strat. Hello?
Springs.
You okay?
Springs. Springs are the bane of my existence.
I refuse. We might hit it anyway. That's also a little shortcut there. You're meant to get both players on those platforms and push them up together, but effort. 10-3 Darkroom hold right, leapfrog. But the reason this world is called two-player, which might not be apparent because we're in two-player, if you have more people, like if we had 3 people at every checkpoint, like when we grab this key, the people would swap, and there's only ever 2 players playing at the same time. But because we have no friends to swap with, we just play the levels normally.
And this is where, especially in 3+ player, this is where a lot of that RNG kicks in, because who is playing at what point is really just RNG.
I don't know why I jumped. Oh my god, wait, that worked. Yeah, so we all have to know like every part of it. For some reason in 4-player, one of the players can never start. Like it picks between 3 of them for who starts.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
strange.
a bug or what, but it's really weird. And yeah, there's reasons we're doing these weird jumps, by the way.
Yeah, this is...
11 1 guns 1.
These are the best levels.
Yeah, 11's really fun. 12 is kind of underwhelming, to be honest. I don't know. 12 does a good job at like incorporating everything you've learned. It's like World 9 and like Mario. I say Mario for Wii as if that's like a game everyone knows, and I realize I played that game like 13 years ago, and maybe not everyone knows that game, but...
Someone asked me last night, like, what is the theme of World 12? Because each world has some kind of theme. And I was like, random... Oh, that was me being bad. That was me being bad. Random stuff was all I could come up with.
Yeah, it's really like, look, remember when we learned all these things in the other worlds? And it's like, kinda? But yeah, it is kind of random stuff. It feels like the devs were like, I don't know where to put these levels. Throw in 12, why not? 11-3, guns 2, distance sunshots.
This is probably my favorite level in the whole game.
This level is really cool. It's cool in 2-player, unless you do that and mess it up, like Paum. It's cool in 2-player because you can do this strat. Normally, you wouldn't be able to do that because I would have someone else in my gun.
True.
Like, the guns can be nested. But yeah, in 2-player works really well.
And this is the
11-4.
For me
Yeah,
specifically.
11-4, I have nothing to do. I hit this button and that's about the extent of what matters.
I have to be in like a very precise spot here, just for my own timing's sake. And I drop this because I don't have latency, like, I don't have to worry about ping. Yeah, and there's like a pixel on either side of that block where if I drop it there, it doesn't hit the button and it also doesn't fall into the abyss. So we're just stuck there and you have to reset the level.
Yeah, the intent is that if you miss the button, it won't be on this platform, which almost happened,
Almost.
actually.
They almost got it right.
But it can get stuck on the platform without hitting the button, and then you're kind of just ruined. It's your soft block.
As with just about any game you speedrun, like, the more I've run it, the more I've realized, wow, this game's kind of jank.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, what I've noticed recently is, like, walls like to eat jumps a lot. Like, if you're running directly into a wall, good luck. I don't know how
also, like,
key.
For this level specifically, there's a button on the far left that makes the block jump up in the air.
I don't know what it's supposed to do.
We have yet to realize, like, why that's there.
Like, even casually.
Even casually. I have no idea how you're meant to do that. You've played, like, online with people, right? And
yeah,
I don't think
I've played in public lobbies online, and we've always done it, like... I kind of forced people to do it the speedrun way, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm scared
that
of
was
that
the
band.
safest I've ever seen you play that level.
Listen, we know we're not getting wrecky this time.
You never know, you never know.
I'm pretty sure I know. I'm pretty sure I know.
Collie doesn't let me. Oh, yeah, the meme we mentioned earlier. This level is don't talk, just play. insane door.
Getting in the door is the hardest part.
Yeah, 12-4 final. But yeah, the
The reason behind that level is when we were first learning 3-player, we were watching the then world record at the time, which was like, that was like 10 minutes slow or something.
Oh yeah,
It was
something like that.
really slow. But the person that was running it like crashed twice while during rockets and got like, it's a fellow Ori runner, but like kind of annoyed. He was like, don't talk.
Slightly tilted.
And all of his like partners were just like rambling on about stuff. But it's become like actually required. That's GG, by the way.
GG. That's a 5-second gold also, by the way, because auto splitter.
Oh yeah, true.
So we're 25-29. Our world record is 24-28. So for not having played 2-player in a long time, a minute away from our PB is not too bad.
Yeah, a minute off is fine there. 9-3 was like, actually 9-3 was okay. It was third try. I think record was first try though. But yeah, so like we mentioned, this is World 5. We have intentionally not mentioned why it's offline only. This is an incentive we can do. We're kind of practiced in it just from incentives from marathons at this point. But yeah, so for this level to work, for us to move, we are both this player. We both need to be holding the key, which in 1-player local is very easy.
It's
and as we get more and more experienced with how the other person plays this level, it gets easier in 2-player online as well. But the reason it's not on the speedrun board is because, again, things were pretty unoptimized, and this is just really painful with lag. Also, the game used to not allow you to be able to play this
back
level.
when we first started running, it was like that.
You can play this level by entering like a Konami code-esque thing, I think. What do you do for it?
Oh, I forget to hit jump. Okay. I hit Z and... Oh, okay. I'll say after, because I can't talk and do this at the same time, apparently. I hit Z and C and then click the select key at the same time. So, like, it's pretty easy, but it's difficult enough I have it written on a note in front of me.
We also do this infrequently enough that we'll forget.
Yeah, and we'll die here. So we have to both hold the same direction, but also only one of us has to continue holding that direction for us to continue moving.
I did not know that.
I think I learned this when we played it with large amounts of ping casually recently.
Well, we gotta commit to this, right? Our
True.
ping is going to 90 as opposed to the 60 it was at, so...
Oh, unfortunate.
It's back, it's back, it's back.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can. So you can make the cycle if you get a jump off of this grub. Otherwise, we have to wait on the cycle. And I only know
believe in
that
the grub
because I
jump.
do have to speedrun these levels in 1 player.
Oh my god.
I don't know if we still make the cycle. We might not make the cycle because we're... Yeah. But there is a checkpoint.
Hooray.
We were slow because we were walking into a wall for 5 seconds.
This is why this is offline only. He lurk.
The game makes you want to go up there, but you have to go down. Oh, that turnaround is scary. We're Hollow Knight Runners. We're better than that.
Okay.
This is pain.
Yeah, 5-4 is the worst one. Which doesn't look bad on Collie's screen and will probably just look like I have no idea how to play Pico.
True.
But I promise you it's terrible. Wait? Never mind, this is the
actually
easiest
goated.
level.
Actually, the best Pico Park players of all time.
Pico Park offline. Offline online.
That was the best World 4 I've ever done with another person. All right, level 4.
It's like the first time we've ever done that. Definitely.
First try, yeah. Yeah,
But yeah.
that's Pico Park. Everyone should
It's a fun
speedrun
game.
it. The speedrun community is growing right now. I just made an IL sheet, so we've got a couple runners that are really into running that. We're getting more and more groups together to do, higher number of people in runs. So it's a pretty chill community too.
Yeah, a
It's a
couple
pretty
people
good
have
little
joined
group.
a couple people have joined the Discord too.
Yeah, we have people joining the Discord pretty frequently. Yeah, we had a
yesterday or
couple people join today and actually talk on the Discord. Like, you can join the Discord and then, like, if you actually talk, it's great. And then if you run, even better.
It is a really nice community. Everyone there is like really sweet and wholesome and like cares about the game. Like they actually want the game to grow.
Yeah.
But yeah, if like a huge community isn't your thing, where like maybe you'll join the community and then not get a reply from people, or get way too many replies to have any
Yeah,
idea,
it can be
like
really intimidating.
it's a pretty fun little group. It's cozy.
Yeah, like I said,
So.
there's like 8 or 9 active runners. There's like maybe 10 or 12 people that ever like are around for things, but like it's very easy to start getting involved and get runs going.
Yeah, and we're more than happy to help with stuff.
Yeah, we can teach and share strats, all sorts of stuff.
We
Auto
have
Splitter has made life so much easier.
we have taught like 10 different people this run
We
just through the
have.
course of like trying to find people for 5, 6, 7, 8 player, and like people not being available and different people being available and running with different people and everything. So yeah.
And that is Pico Park.